Hello class, it's Miss Roberts here, and today I'm going to review the career exploration paper. I'm going to show you some resources to help you with this assignment, and hopefully by the end of this assignment, you'll have a clear understanding of what you may want to do, resources to help you in the future, just in case you change your mind, and just have a clear understanding of the training, experience, and the experiences you will gain from your future career. Let's begin. So for the for the career exploration paper, say that 5 times fast. For the career exploration paper, it's going to be in several parts. This is a modification of an assignment that I used to have, where I used to have students do speeches about their careers. Now, I want you to write a short research paper about the careers you want to explore. Many of you in the class want to explore careers in communication studies, but others may want to explore other careers as well. For this paper, you will be able to do so, and I have 2 resources to help you out. Although you do need at least 2 resources in your paper to be incorporated, you don't have to use these 2. I just find these 2 the most useful, but you can use other resources. Now, for the formatting guide, you'll have an introductory paragraph, 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. So with your introduction paragraph, you're going to have your hook or attention getter. You're going to grasp the attention of the reader. You can begin with a story, question, fact, or stat, but you want to think about what is the first thing you're going to write in your paper. You're going to briefly summarize the main ideas that will be in your essay. This is a similar format to what you would do in a freshman composition class, but you're going to have your summary reports right here, and you're going to have your thesis statement. So in one sentence, you're going to tell us the purpose of your essay, but also you want to keep this section in third person, so you don't want to make announcements such as, I will talk about such and such. You can switch to first person later on. So when I'm referring to first person, I'm referring to using I's because I am requesting that you reflect on your experiences and reflect on what you want. But you want to keep it first person, at least in the introduction. So you're going to state the main idea of your essay in one sentence here. That will be your thesis statement. Now for this paper, you'll have 2 body paragraphs, but if you want to add a third one, as long as it thematically makes sense, you're free to do so. You're going to write 2 to 4 pages double spaced. So you want to adhere to the 2-page minimum because I do count the pages. And if you're a little bit short on that page count, or if you're short by a lot, it will negatively impact your score. So for the first paragraph, you're going to describe the career itself. I have a couple examples on the top screen right here, so I'm going to show you how to use the resources that I provided for you. But whichever career you choose to write about, you're going to provide the job description, required training, any educational requirements needed, earnings potential, so how much can you make, and other important information about the career. So I expect to see your in-text citations here using APA formats. So I'll have some resources to help you there as well, but please feel free to ask me any questions. But make sure to incorporate those in-text citations within the paper, especially if you use information from the outside source, use a fact or a stat from the outside source. But another point, if you do paraphrase, put the information you use outside in your own words, you still have to cite that source. Now in body paragraph 2, that's when you'll primarily use first person. That's that switch I was talking about. So you're going to describe your personal reasons for choosing your career. What skills do you have or want to develop about pursuing this career and what drew you to this career path. Now, if you don't have a career set in stone, or don't have or if you have many career paths, you can talk about multiple career paths if you like. But if you don't have a career path in mind or just don't know what you want to do, that is fine. What I want you to do in this assignment, if that is the case, is to explore. Think about or use these tools to research what you may want to do. Now, many people in careers do make career switches and pivots. I did so myself. I began my career in public relations and social media management, but I also pursued education during that time. And then I made a decision about, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago. I made the decision to pivot to education, and I've been happy ever since. So you can make career pivots, or maybe you can use this opportunity to think about, hey, I'm going to one career path, but would it be like to pursue another career path? So this particular assignment gives you the room to actually explore. Or if you want to learn more about the career path you want to choose, then use this opportunity to learn more. You don't want to be in a situation when you are in your third or fourth year of college, and I've seen this when you're in your third or fourth year of college and you're panicking because you're in a major that you don't want to be in, or you're pursuing a career goal that you don't want, and but you feel trapped or you feel like it's too late. I've seen it. I don't want that to happen to you. So say, for instance, use for this career, with this assignment, you say, hey, this is not what I want to do. Then better to find out now than later. So let me continue on to the conclusion. You're going to summarize the main points of your thesis and essay with your recap and have your final thoughts. You want to have your concluding paragraph here, have your summary points here, similar to what you did in the introduction. And there you go. Make sure to write 2 to 4 pages, double spaced, and you're going to create a bibliography using APA format. So let's pivot to the tools that you can use in order to create your reference page. This is the Purdue University Online Writing Lab. So as a former English tutor, I've used this and referenced this site a lot. I'm pretty sure I reference this site in all of my classes. It has the APA formatting and style guide here, so you can look at the rules, you can look at the sample paper, and see what a reference page looks like. Also, I like to show the Purdue Online Writing Lab first so you can check it against any generators that you use. So one of my favorite generators is Noodle Tools Express. I've used Citation Machine before and others, but I like the fact that it has a clean design. I don't have a lot of advertisements on there, and it has MLA, APA, and Chicago style. So in this class, we will not be using MLA and we will not be using Chicago style, but this can be useful in other classes. But of course, check with your professor to see what those rules are. So you're going to choose APA in the middle. You're going to select citation type, and notice there's a drop-down menu of many options. That's why I really like this particular one. Now this is Noodle Tools Express. Think about if a noodle shop and a hardware store got married. This is what Noodle Tools Express is. Like, hey, I can get my noodles and my hammer at the same place. But you can't. But it could be a business idea for one day. Notice it says Noodle Tools Express. Now, say if you choose Noodle Tools, it's going to be for pay site. Noodle Tools Express is a free tool. If you are in that situation where you go to Noodle Tools and not Noodle Tools Express, I do have this I do have these resources available for you. However, if you do accidentally go to the for pay site, don't worry. Just scroll down for free tools and you'll find it. Or you can Google Noodle Tools Express, but emphasis on the Express part because Noodle Tools, see next to Noodle Tools? Noodle Tools, the original site is a subscription service and no, not paying extra money for that. All right. So let's go back to the career exploration paper. Keep wanting to say career. My apologies. Notice there's also a rubric. So I'm pretty much looking for quality in writing, making sure you incorporated your two sources, making sure that you have at least two full double-spaced papers. Is it clear? Do you have your research? So this is what I'm looking for. Okay. Once you are once you are done with the assignment, go ahead and upload the assignment onto Canvas. You can even drag it here as well. Let me know if you have any questions about that. But once you've uploaded it, you should be just fine. I'll receive your assignment via PDF or via PDF from my perspective. Make sure to use either Word or PDF files. If you use Google Docs, make sure to use the software to convert it to those formats. If you use Mac, you also have to convert it from dot pages to either PDF, RTF, or doc formats. If it's in the wrong format, you will receive a temporary zero, which means which means that it's a temporary zero and I would need a return file. I will need you to resend the file rather so I can regrade the assignment. So it'll be a temporary zero until I get that file. So make sure put it in the right file, whether it be a Word file, RTF file, which stands for rich text format, or a PDF file. Anything outside of that, I cannot accept. So now I have to send back the assignment until I get the proper format. But of course, let me know if you have any questions. Finally, we're going to explore the resources that I gave to you in order to do the paper. Now, of course, you don't have to use these, but you do have to incorporate at least two outside sources. So whether it be these or a video, or you can do an interview with someone, you still have to cite that source though. If you know someone in the field that you want to interview, be my guest, feel free. But here are two really quick sources to give you a lot of information about your jobs. So first, this is the Occupational Outlook Handbook from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Notice in the search box, I put public relations, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in a minute. But you just put the career you're choosing in this box, and like so, it will expand to different tabs. So you can talk about what they do. They have the summary up front, the duties. There's a summary with the boxes up here and the links down here. The work environment, where could you work, how to become one, so education, what types of skills and knowledge you need to have, similar to what body paragraph one would be, the pay. So say if you choose to stay in California, the pay is slightly higher than if you plan to go to other parts of the country or even other parts of the world. So you can take a look at state and area data. Or if it's not the exact career that you're looking for, you can look at similar occupations as well. Let me know if you have any questions. It's a really good website for basic information about your career. Next, I'm going to show you to ONET Online. So ONET Online provides bullet points and specifies which careers or which skills you will need for your career. So again, I put public relations specialist. So you can see the different types of tasks. It's only just going to show the 5, but you can expand it to the others. The technology skills you will need. This is very important, especially if you have certain specific software that you'll need to use. Work activities, great great information and bullet points, detailed work activities. So what will your day-to-day be like? What percentages of the tasks you will use or that you will use in your work? You're going to respond to emails every day, 95% of the time. You're going to have face-to-face discussions. So if you're not into direct interpersonal communication on a regular basis, at least you'll know right off the bat, like, hey, let me choose something else. Time pressure. Some of us aren't into time pressure. So if you choose a job with a lot of time pressure and you're okay with that, then that's fine. But if you're not, it gives you an opportunity to say, hey, let me choose something similar with less time pressure. So this is really useful. I wish I had this when I was younger. Then we have job zones. This is how the website categorizes, put things together, work requirements, skills, knowledge, education. So a bachelor's would be good for this job, but some jobs require a higher degree of education and some jobs don't. But at least you'll know before going in there. Work values. So work values is pretty good. Sometimes we might enter an organization or field where our values might not match. And you would think that wouldn't be important, but it can be. It can be important to have your values match the company, the organization, or the job field. So just being a match for something that you're going to do for the majority of your life is very useful. Very useful to know. So this is ONET. Let me scroll up a little bit. Part of my scrolling. This is the occupational occupational website. I was looking for this part, and it's from the U.S. Department of Labor, citing my sources. I have to do that as well. So let me go back to the page. So overall, I hope you have a good time with the assignment. But other than having a good time with the assignment, I hope that it's educational for you. I hope that you're able to explore the careers and reinforce that, hey, this is what you want to do. You might be enlightened by some of the information. You might be like, hey, after further inspection or introspection, maybe this might not be the career for me, and now I know that. Or maybe you might not know what you want to do, but you choose a career for the sake of this assignment, and you might like what you find. Or maybe you can use these tools to look at multiple career paths that you may want to do. You do have room in the paper for more than one career path. You just have to specify that in your thesis and incorporate that into your body. But of course, let me know if you have any questions through Canvas or via email. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to reading your papers. Have a wonderful day. Bye.